Alright guys, so we just arrived at Steven's house. Now Steven is a certified personal trainer and he called me over here because he saw an opportunity, and in this opportunity he's seen that since he's a personal trainer and I'm a fitness coach, we could work together. So I said, why not? Let's go see what's up.
Since I was young, they said I won't be nothing. Now they always say congratulations. Worked so hard, forgot how to vacation. They ain't never had the dedication. People hate and say we changing, look, we made it. Yeah, we made it.
What's good, bro? Alright guys, let's see. What's up, bro? We're going downstairs. Right down. Alright.
We go and upload it and then we're like you.
So what's going on, guys? I'm my boy Steven here.
You're a personal trainer to go to.
Yes sir. Steven is a certified personal trainer through ACE, and honestly, for your trolls out there, for anyone that doesn't think so, this is his certification.
Yes, sir.
Bang.
Hard earned, hard earned.
Alright.
So, we're making this video because there's a lot of confusion between what is a personal trainer and what is a
Fitness coach.
Yes. So hopefully, well, we were already discussing macro talk and things like that, something that Nathan specializes in. So I figured this is the best opportunity to not only collab and work together from today on, but also help you guys understand the difference. And if you guys are seeking either training or both, then you know which two guys to go to. Out of all the channels, these two channels that will be in the link description below will be the two channels to go to. So without further ado, we have a whiteboard back here, for example, and he's just going to give you a default person's weight, for example, just to show you kind of what is tracking your macros. And before he does that, he's just going to explain what is a health coach, and then I'll say what is a personal trainer, so you guys can really understand what is the difference, because there's a lot of misconceptions and confusion. So
exactly. So what I tell everyone, and what I am, I'm a fitness coach and a macro coach. So by fitness coach, basically what that is I could help. If you were to come to me, I would help you in showing you the right ways to lift, you know, or I could give you a workout schedule that I follow, or a workout program that I follow or that I made. But for instance, if you want to go more into detail and you want to get that personal level of lifting, and you want someone to really go with you to the gym and show you how to lift, if you're really inexperienced, then that's where you would go to Steven, because he is a personal trainer, and that's in some places where we are different. Now, the biggest thing that I am is a macro coach. And now what a macro coach is someone that figures out your own personal macros. So your own personal amount of calories that you need to take in every day, so that at the end of the day, when you weigh yourself the next morning, you're losing weight and you're dropping weight and you're getting leaner. Or if you're on the other side of the spectrum, you're gaining weight and you're getting bigger or bulking, because some people have trouble losing weight and some people have trouble gaining weight. So that's where I would come into play. So people that are doing shows, or people that have photo shoots, you know, things like these where they just need to get lean, they would come to me, because I would specifically give them a set number of macronutrients. And if anyone in this whole video, if you don't know what macronutrients are, I'll put the link in the description below to my previous video and you can go watch that. So I would give you a set number of macronutrients, and over a period of around 3 months or however long till your shoot, I would coach you and guide you nutritionally. I'm not a nutritionist. I would give you your numbers and adjust it to you, to your schedule, to your workout habits and how active you are, and I would help you get your goals through that. That's why I'm a coach. I help you reach your goals. I don't get in the gym and do it for you and all that. It's nothing like that. I literally give you the numbers. I trust that you would put in the work and you would get there, because if anyone is as serious about their goals, you know, you're not gonna sit there and complain, oh, I want some pizza, I miss ice cream, all this stuff, because if you, even my previous video, you would know that you can still eat those things on a macro diet or on a flexible diet and still be able to reach your goals. So that is basically, in a nutshell, what a macro coach and fitness coach is. And that is what I am. I don't have a certification. I don't have any paper behind it or anything. But what I do have is knowledge and education on it. and personal experience. So if you do, and when you do watch my flexible dieting video, because when people see this, they're gonna have questions on what is a flexible dieting video, so the link will be in the description. Like I said, when you do watch that, I show people what my transformation was. I didn't drop muscle, I didn't, crash diet and go crazy. I did it the right way, I did it consistently, and I dropped the fat and the weight stayed off. That's the point with flexible dieting. You wanna diet the right way. You wanna diet on as many calories as you can, so it's enjoyable. The last thing you want is for your diet to suck and your gym experience to suck, because then you're not gonna wanna do it, and that's how people fall off. In a nutshell, that's basically what I am.
All right, so now the personal trainer aspect. Well, I don't mess anything around with food, dieting, nutrition plan, nothing like that. I get a lot of questions from clients and or just people that are looking for advice, and the first thing they ask me if they're already in the gym with me is, do you give nutritional advice? What do I have to eat every day? So this is where I and Nate separate ourselves from nutritionists, and I can go shopping with them and tell them what to buy, but we both cannot tell you guys eat this every day, so that's we're trying to kind of clear the path and all the confusion. As a personal trainer, certified, this is like my job, this is what I love to do, so I can give you guys, I take all you guys' measurements, make programs for each individual, because everyone has different needs, different measurements, different goals.
Everyone's different, yeah.
So you can start to kind of see the clarification and the differences between what I can do and I am capable of and what is Nate. But I saw this opportunity because this can work best hand in hand. If you cannot afford a nutritionist because they are pricey, but you can afford a personal trainer and you need a health coach,
A fitness coach or
Exactly.
a macro coach.
Exactly. So, you want to know about those prices, you want to know about, what can I do to fit my macros and things like that, then you can start emailing Nate in that aspect. You need personal training or anything like that, then you can start emailing me in that aspect, because we both have YouTube channels, and like I said, we'll start working together. But those are kind of the main differences. I get certified through the state by this to do this, goal oriented, a lot of paperwork, contracts go into this, but we are not nutritionists, and that's the main thing, and you can go to the gym with Nate if you live where we live.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with two
yeah.
guys or, friends going to the gym, helping each other out and things like that, but
Everyone's trying to make gains, right?
Exactly.
I'll go with you if you're trying to make gains, man.
Exactly. So I can take him to the gym, and if he wants to run something by me and have me go through a circuit that he loves to do,
my workout or something.
Exactly. That doesn't mean that he's trained or anything, or if you happen to walk by and see Nate, oh my God, you're a trainer. No, there's nothing wrong with giving each other help, but
Exactly.
We're making this video to show you guys and differentiate between the two. But that if you have these two available, they're not cost effective, because a nutritionist is a lot of money.
That's a lot of work too. It's a lot of time.
And I saw him in the YouTube video, and I reached out to him because I, as a personal trainer, I decided not to deal so much and so heavily on this whole nutrition aspect and so much track this and track that, track this. I'm more of I believe in more portioning and things like that. But I saw that I wanted to make a change and start seeing more definition and get my abs going and things like that. So I reached out and I was like, I'm going to hop on this tracking macro thing because I saw the change. Like he said, if you're gonna go and see the video, it's gonna be in the description down below. It was a big change. And how many months did it take?
It took about 5 months. So 6 to 5 months. People have to understand that when all your life you're obese, and all your life you're, just not focusing on the aspect of fitness, you can't rush it to get rid of it because it just doesn't work like that. So for me, when I dropped 64 pounds, that took about 6 months. Let's just say about 6 months. That's what it took. I didn't sit there and, go my hardest for 2 weeks and then just say, oh, there's no results. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It takes time, guys. It's a marathon. It's definitely not a race. And right now, look, I'm eating. I eat all the time now. That's all I do is I eat because I'm trying to get my macros. I'm trying to hit them constantly. I came over here and right now I'm even on an eating window. And I didn't really explain that in my video because that's a tool that I use. It's called intermittent fasting, and that's a tool. And I give it to my clients if they ask about it, if they want to know if there's anything else they can do, but that's basically it. And I'm always eating now, and the best part about it is that I don't think twice about it. I can eat what I want, and I know for a fact that it's still good. I'm still in the clear. I'm still green. I have the green light to go and attack my goals still. I'm not sitting here eating, this Len and Larry's cookie right here.
It's not sponsored.
Not sponsored. We are not endorsed at all by Len and Larry's cookie. This cookie is just amazing. So I'm not sitting here eating this cookie and thinking, damn, this cookie's so good, but I'm gonna need to go back to the gym. It's not like that. I know that this fits my macros, so tomorrow when I weigh myself, I'm gonna still lose weight even though I'm sitting here eating this. Now what me and Steven are gonna do is I'm gonna go through my bit of what I do in my business. I have a business called NXS Fitness, and that's what I am. I'm a fitness coach and a macro coach, so
Subscribe.
Thank you. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through and literally show you guys right now within 2 minutes how to figure out macros.
Yeah, so again, this is going to be kind of quick, both examples of both of us, kind of what we do, because the whole goal here is not only to show the differentiates, but if you guys want to see more and want to keep seeing more of what we do, then that's why our channel will be in the description below, So, and he also did a video explaining how to do this and how to calculate your own, so we don't want to bore anyone.
Exactly.
Either,
so let's get right into it. So let's take an average person, an average male in America. So let's say this average male weighs around 180 pounds, right? So that's their starting weight, is 180 pounds. Now, to find the grams of protein you need, now, he weighs 180 pounds. Now, what macros are is your protein, carbs, and fats that you eat per day. Now, they're on nutrition labels, they're on really anything you eat. So as long as you look out for it, you can be aware of it. So we would take this individual that's 180 pounds. Then I would ask you, how active are you? Are you a student? Do you go to school? You sit in class, you go home, do your homework, you hit the gym about 3 times a week or so. So when I find out how active you are, it's basically from a range of 14 to 16. And what I mean by that is I will take your weight and I will multiply that by 14 to 16. So let's just say, for instance, for an example, this individual that weighs 180 pounds is very active, hits the gym every day of the week. So we're gonna take 180 times 16, 180 times 16, and that's gonna give us 2,880 calories. Now, what this is, 2,880 calories, that's this individual's maintenance calories. By maintenance calories, I mean that this individual can eat 2,880 calories, just about, it's a rough estimate, but this individual can eat this amount of calories and not gain or lose weight. It's maintenance, they stay exactly the same. This is what their body needs to burn every day, naturally. So let's say this person has this photo shoot, like I said, or a competition or something like a physique competition. We would then want this individual to be on a caloric deficit, which means they're taking in less calories. So we would take 2,880, we would minus 500 from that, and then we would get 2,380. So 2,380 is gonna be the amount of calories this individual needs to start his cut. So once we figure out this number, the magic number, the macros come really quick and really easy. So this individual, like we said, weighs 180 pounds. So usually they say you want to multiply your weight by 0.8 to 1.3 grams of protein. We just say we're gonna multiply it by 1. So we're gonna give this individual 180 grams of protein for macros. Now, what you wanna do after this step is you wanna find how many grams of fat this individual is gonna take in. So we're just gonna do 180 times 0.3. So you get a number of 54. Now you can also do 180 times 0.4. So you get 72. Now, this is a range that we have. We have 54 to 72. This individual would, honestly, at first, I would put you through a trial week so you can sense and gauge how many grams of fat you usually eat and that you're comfortable with. But since I can't gauge this individual, let's just say 55 grams of fat. So 55 grams of fat. Now, each gram of protein, each gram of carb is 4 calories. 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. So we're gonna take 180, we have 180 grams of protein, times that by 4. That equals 720. We're gonna take 55 grams of fat, times that by 9, because 1 gram of fat is 9 calories, we're gonna get 495. We add those two numbers up together, 720 plus 495. Now, we get the magic number of 1,215. Now this is the leftover amount of calories after this individual consumes the protein and fats. So what we would simply do after this is we would take this number and divide it by 4. Now we get 303, so let's just say 304. So literally just like that, we have this individual's macros. Now for this individual, for a cut, so every day when he goes to sleep, he or she would be at a caloric deficit, which means that when they wake up, they are going to lose weight because they're taking in less calories. So this individual's macros right now are 180 grams of protein, 55 grams of fat, 304 grams of carbs. And this is literally it. Now, where I come to play as a macro coach is I will find these numbers for you, and the closer you get to your show, the closer you get to your photo shoot or whatever your goal is, I would adjust your macros and lower them or raise them in some cases, because some people's metabolisms are different. That's why everyone is different. That's why I am here. So I would do that for you, and all you would have to do is literally put the work in the gym, make sure you're hitting the numbers I'm giving you, and weigh yourself every morning after you poop, divide that by 7. It's an average, and you take your average and you send that to me. And what that tells me is if at the end of this week, are you gaining weight or losing weight? Because you would compare your averages each week. Now, you don't want to weigh yourself every day because your weight fluctuates from sodium, from water, from literally anything. Your weight can fluctuate. But when you're hitting your macros on point and you're drinking a gallon of water, a gallon and a half of water a day, and your sodium levels are, moderate, and you're watching your sugar and stuff, you're gonna lose weight. So literally, in a nutshell, this is what I do. This is my job as a fitness and macro coach.
That's simple, guys. A lot of people start to overthink. Oh my gosh, I have to eat 2,000 calories, or what you can also learn in his channel is how to read nutrition labels. He has videos explaining how to read the nutrition labels, because sadly a lot of Americans, a lot of people do not know how to read the nutrition labels, and a lot of them are made to not be able to be understood like that on purpose, because hey, that's where the money comes from. Exactly. So if you guys are tired of overthinking things, tired of not seeing results, you're in the gym, you're giving it 110%, and we all have to be honest with ourselves. I as a personal trainer can even be honest as myself that my diet is not as where it should be. I can also admit that I don't even track anything. Like I said, I'm a big portion guy, so that's why I reached out to Nathan, because I know I'll need his help, and I know that a lot of people need to really start sitting down and
paying
what you should eat. Exactly. You know what you should eat, but people are just not reaching out, and this is the most basic as it can get. If you're looking for anything easy to understand, you're tired of portioning, you're tired of MyPlate, you're tired of hiring a nutritionist,
Weight Watchers, and all this random junk.
Exactly. So subscribe to his channel. Email him that you want he has a file that he can send you.
PDF,
exactly.
PDFs.
Explaining this, and you also will have his online coach. If you need any training assistance, then go to my channel. But this is as simple as it's going to get. Coming from a personal trainer, I'm telling you, nothing gets simpler than this. That's why it's called the
flexible diet.
Exactly.
Yep. And also another difference between us is he's a personal trainer, so you would hire him to be in the gym. So you would hire him for 1 to 2 hours of the day. Let's say if you're hitting the gym hard or whatever, you want him there, you're 2 hours a day. Me, I'm a fitness and macro coach, so I'm available 24 hours out of the day, because I'm dealing with a lot of the food side of it, and people, eat all at random times. People work third shift, people do different things, so I need to be available 24 hours out of the day via email or even via text message if that's what you want to do. We can both build personal relationships, but they're just on different levels because they're for different reasons.
Exactly. So before I go to my piece and show you guys what it is like with a personal trainer doing a specific workout, let me explain what I can't show you guys outside while he's doing an exercise. You're not going to see the fact that I would already have all his background information, not like criminal or anything like that, just as, his weight, any family health history, all those questionnaire things, all of that is taken care of, because that's going to help me make his individualized program, like I said, and we both keep saying people's goals are different, everybody's metabolism is different. So I'll already have these information in play, and I already know Nathan personally, and I already know, which stage to start him in, and if this doesn't make sense to you, well, then you would know when you would hire a personal trainer what all of this stuff is. But I'm just going to show you kind of how I cue and what I instruct, and you'll see the difference. The biggest difference is that right now Nathan doesn't have me with a pair of dumbbells, and I'm not curling, he's not giving me instructions. Exactly. You guys should already notice that. He picked up a clipboard, he's very knowledgeable about this stuff. Ask me if I can tell anyone what their macro, I can just give you guys the basic guidelines of, MyPlate, Exactly. But this is more honed into you. MyPlate is just a label, just general label.
Template,
this is more honed to every individual.
It's fit for you, exactly. So without further ado, let's go outside. All right.
So we have barbell here, and I'm gonna have Nathan just curling it, you know, so you can pick it up and curl it whenever you want. And I'm gonna show you kind of, you know, what the cueing would be and just how to understand how to properly curl, because, you know, this is an exercise that guys love to do to put on, you know, mass on their biceps. So go ahead, you can just start curling, you know, however you want, and I'll explain a few things, you know. So what I usually see is guys rush curl process, and what I'm going to instruct Nathan to do now is rush it on the way up and slowly bring it down. Fight it. That's all. So now you might be like, well, I want to be in the gym for just an hour. I understand that, but guys need to understand that the most important part of lift is the eccentric portion, which is that down phase. That's when the muscle is lengthening, that's when it's stretching, and that's when we're getting a whole bunch of micro tears, you know. So he's gonna build a lot of mass if he starts doing all of his exercises like this, and he can put 80% of his 1 rep max to work and start doing this curl and do 8 reps of 5 sets. That's usually something that I like to follow. So show me how, like, you usually see, like, guys, you know, just freaking ramping the exactly. There's no work being done there. Show me a different variation, for example, when there's so much weight and people start leaning back. Exactly. So a lot of people like doing that exercise. Keep doing it like that. So when you're doing this exercise, you're having your front delt take over of the exercise, and people think, oh, I curled it, because when they lean forward again, it's like, oh yeah, I got a curl in my bicep. You really did not, guys. You're having your front delt take over the exercise. So yeah, you can put it down. So this is, for example, I mean, there's a big difference, you know.
Exactly.
He was with a clipboard, I'm out here with weights and things like that, cueing. So this is to put to rest.
This is basically the difference between a personal trainer and me being a fitness coach.
Exactly. And we already explained the background of what would a personal trainer do with the client, and
Exactly.
he showed you. So
Because, for instance, I know generally, just because I lift, I know a couple things about lifting, you know, work on negatives, things like that, but I don't know it to a level of detail where, for instance, Steven does. And that's the difference between us as we keep on going over and repeating, because we want to make this very clear that Steven handles the definition part and basically everything about the weights and how to lift, you know, the proper form, a lot of things like that. And then where I come into play is the numbers behind it, the numbers behind your diet and the numbers behind that.
exactly, guys. So, you know, you guys that are not seeing result, remember, you can go to the gym and put in 110%, but, you know, it's 90% of what you eat and 10% of what you're putting in the gym. If that 90% that you're putting in is shit, well, shit is what you're gonna have.
Exactly.
You're not gonna, so
If you're not willing to put in the work, and you're not gonna get any results, man, nothing's gonna work. So
exactly. So both of our channels will be in the description down below. So again, I'm Steven Ramos, your personal trainer to go to.
I'm Nathan Santiago, NXS Fitness, your macro coach. Peace.
I got hustle, though ambition flow inside my DNA. I was born like this since